But it don't mean the man is stealing, man. I'm walking with some money, man. I mean a couple mil. Ew, think you need a meal. You ain't even eating while I'm feasting in the field. That's why I'm always cheesing, cause I feel like Uncle Phil. And all this losers think the freshman ain't half the man as well. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hand on the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Just like the hands on the clock, I go back to back when I'm doing numbers. All the mad that I'm driving the bus, so they threw me under. Heard they mad, they don't wanna bust, so they boo each other. Think that they're the winning team, go losing, then they choose another. And that's okay, cause I'm competing with me, not you. I live with blessings like I can't stop sneezing, not you. I hate to break above me and myself top two. I blow away the competition like I bought a hot suit. And there's no catch. I go and get the bag and I'm not bringing it back. I'm like a down QB, I put the pain in the past. And if you ever had a problem, promise I didn't ask. So it's 444 in the car, my dash. I shake a big, told them all, you ain't first, you last. Little boy, that's facts. I'ma grow that cash to my money. Stop.
You should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation.
Today on EA Sports, it's the AFC Championship game on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the New England Patriots. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Throwing on first down is Minshew. And a slant hauled in by Ruggs.
Minshew's pass.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
And the Las Vegas first down.
Minshew, 1st and 10. He gets it left side to Johnson.
Minshew's pass.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible. Hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the play.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Ryan Burns. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
So 3rd and long. Here's Minshew. Looking left side, he's got a man. It's Jacobs. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Patriots take over. Take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. On 3rd down, they'll run it with McAllister. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That's good for a Patriot.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea Slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A big play there. 49 yards. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you got a team working together, and you got the crowd involved, fully on their side in this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 20.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
Brought down behind.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll go play action here with Minshew. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
To Deontay Johnson.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Jacobs, the ball carrier.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured it out.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. 23 yards for the touchdown. Now the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things out.
A running play there, going to get 10 and a quick first down. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete.
That's good.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
Number 17.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw again. McGill going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
gains yardage here to the 31-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
They give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Corey Littleton on the tackle.
On third down, McAllister. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
That's good.
Well, the Patriots are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Tally that is catch number 1 for him to this AM. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Patriots have taken the lead.
Point after.
People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brings up second and 8.
Out of the gun is Minshew. Reception here by Ruggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch of this AFC title game, but he's got a first down.
Raiders.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Patriots 14. Raiders 7.
Here's Jacobs on first and 10. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Josh Jacobs.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
I'll tell you what, a touchdown on the opening drive. And then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to have the football back again.
Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard.
New England trying to get a place on offense. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Maurice Hurst gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Looking to throw on second down. McGill throwing left side. It's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, big plays have been a hallmark of this offense all season, so there was no reason to think that it wouldn't continue here in this title game. Obviously, the magnitude of the event, not getting to them early.
There's him here, pick up of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line.
10 at the 27-yard line.
On the carry, it's McAllister. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
To throw on second down, McGill. And he's got his man on the out route. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Now for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Kick it away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Begin by running the option. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack.
Someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes, right side. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
So into Pats territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
A loss of 11 yards. It's 2nd down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Another try after the first down sack. Minshew. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Number 87.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. AFC title game, second quarter action, 2 minutes to play. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
2-yard line.
Back to throw. McGill, screen play to McAllister. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, McGill being chased out left. They'll try and run it. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
At the 39-yard line.
Throwing on first down. McGill, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 17. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's got this down to the 35. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Minshew. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. His throw caught at about the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. It'll be Minshew again. And that is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown, Vegas.
Minshew's pass complete to number
Henry Ruggs. In the final seconds of the first half, and the Raiders have cut it back to within a score.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go to the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
A final shot before break. McGill. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On third down, McAllister, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And he's going to have the Patriots first down as they get this up to about the 42.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On first and 10, McGill. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. No gain, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. Operating from the gun, McGill looking left side, and it's complete. The way in, touchdown, New England. Second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Patriots add on to their lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that... was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big playability. They can strike from anywhere.
And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Offense set to get this drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half, Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From the 30 on second down, Minshew, and he's got the hook up to Ruggs. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
19 yards. And the Las Vegas first down.
On first down, Jenkins. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Minshew. For his second sack of the afternoon.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there, 17 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the one touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Intended for number.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Back to the air on second down. Bolden. And he hits him in stride. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with third and one.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
Up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his third and one. They'll run here with McAllister. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the gun, Bolden. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Let's give him a show.
Throwing again on second and 10. Bolden. And his throw is incomplete. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun. Bolden rolling to his left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
At the 22-yard line. On
first down. His throw incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
AFC Championship tilt, third quarter of play. This is 2nd and 10. They run the counter. McAllister, he's got the first down inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Off play action. Bolden, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The pass.
Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one. So you look over at the sideline. There's the head coach saying, "Oh, heck, kick it, field goal time." But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
A gain of 12. And the Raider 1st down.
1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Minshew sets to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
Minshew.
They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
Batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
That one good for 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
They'll keep it on the ground. McAllister. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It'll be a Patriot 1st down on a pickup of 16.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he will find his man on the outside. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. His pass caught at the 4. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. All that for a 2-yard gain, second down. This is McAllister, and he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. They'll run for it here with McAllister. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a New England touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now Minshew has it knocked out. Fumble. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time.
Complete to Josh Jacobs.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it's going to be 3rd down and forever.
3rd down.
They'll drop to throw. Got an open man. It's Ruggs. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. On 4th down, Minshew going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through, but in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Las Vegas.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. The open man here, Renfro. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Deontay Johnson there to make the grab. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. McManus now for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. And this is secured by the Patriots. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. That one looks like he'll throw here. This is caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Back to throw again. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they're really laser-focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. Kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Now their backs really against the wall now. They knew how tough this would be on the road, AFC title game, and they have gotten all they could handle and then some. Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Minshew.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. That's caught by Waller out left side.
Minshew.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Again, Minshew looking to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Off the play fake. Bolden. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. He's going to go down. His time is now run out on this game. This was the goal before they started the season, to play in a Super Bowl, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
And this is why songs are written about teams. Okay, you go back, some teams wrote them earlier in the season about their goal of getting to the Super Bowl. This one, they're going to be able to break it out now because their goal was to get there, and they achieved it. How about that? That's pretty fantastic.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it?